Hi, this is Scott Dudley from Funnel Fella Radio, and today we're up to episode number 49. So we're getting ever so close to that half century, which would be a pretty big accomplishment for myself. But anyway, today we're going to cover the importance of knowing your numbers to ensure you remain profitable and are in control of your business. Obviously, it's very easy to lose control of your cash flow and get into trouble financially. So two of the most important things that I got from reading Brian Kurtz's book, Over Deliver, which this book here, which I've already actually interviewed Brian on the show, but were the lifetime value of a customer and also how much it costs to acquire a customer. So these two metrics are absolutely vital to get on top of and to know exactly what they are. So most people have heard of loss leaders, where the first thing you sell a customer on the front end actually loses your money, but then the subsequent purchases from the customer ensures that you end up making a tidy profit. So it's actually worthwhile losing money initially to then end up actually making money in the long run. Okay, so those purchases might come straight away from order bumps or OTO purchases in the same funnel, or they might also come from purchases that you make at a later date. But either way, the point is it's worth losing money initially because you eventually made a profit. And on top of that, you also acquired a paying customer at the same time, which is also very important. A buying customer is obviously worth a lot more than just somebody that's opted in. So the point is, if you analyze your numbers, you can work out on average how much it costs you to acquire a customer per channel or per advertising network, whatever you want to call it. So let's just say this number is $20. Then it means you can spend up to $20 to acquire a customer and still end up profitable. However, you have to really crunch the numbers to make sure that you get an accurate figure. And Brian Kurtz referred to this metric in his book, Over Deliver, as a bogey, which is actually a marketing term I'd never heard of before. The only way I'd ever heard of the bogey is in golf when you hit one over par. But anyway, he refers to the loss leader basically as a bogey. How much you can spend to acquire a customer, or how much you can lose on the front end to acquire a customer. But what really shocked me when reading Brian's book was that he mentioned that for one particular product that they used to sell, they actually didn't expect to make a profit until 3 years after the customer had purchased it. Yes, 3 years, not 3 months, but 3 years. And it got me thinking how professional they must have been with getting right on top of the numbers, especially considering that this was back in the 80s or the 90s. So his team must have had access to world-class statisticians or analysts, and they really must have been using cutting-edge technology for back in that time. I mean, let's face it, personal computers had barely even become available back in those days. So it's worth noting, though, that they were selling subscription plans for educational books and newsletters. So I guess recurring revenue was the driving force of the business. But having said that, their churn rates must have been really low. And once someone signed up, they most likely would have stayed for a long time. So the lifetime value of one of their customers must have been pretty high. But obviously they had to know that lifetime value, and they had to be confident of that lifetime value to actually make sure that they were making a profit. It's not something that they could just guess. So, the two most important metrics here, lifetime value of the customer and also how much it costs to acquire that customer. But yeah, in Brian's case, they must have really been playing the long game, and because they had such an accurate and predictable grasp on their key metrics, they could actually afford to wait so long to start making money from their customers. And it's a good example of a professional marketing team who must have tracked every aspect of the business meticulously. And they're also able to create predictable models of revenue. And to me, that's just amazing to be that far on top of it and to have it that precise. Because even with the technological advances of the last 30 years and all the flashy tools that are available now, I'd still estimate only a small percentage of businesses these days would be that on top of their marketing metrics. And that said, I couldn't help but think that if you can eliminate the bogey from the outset, or in other words, make money from your very first sale, then it would be a lot easier sleeping at night. Because to me, I would find that really stressful, having to wait 3 years to start making money from a customer. I'm not sure if I could actually deal with that. That would just seem too risky to me. But obviously, Brian managed to make it work. I mean, the company that he was working for was one of the leaders, and yeah, they made a lot of money from it. So they obviously knew what they were doing. But keeping that in mind, after reading Russell Brunson's Expert Secrets book many times, he lays out a blueprint of how you can use info products at the front end of any type of business. So that's basically what Expert Secrets is based on. And if done right, you can actually make money while you are acquiring paying customers. And the point I'm making is that it turns the theory of a loss leader, or a bogey as Brian called it, on its head. And it's actually how Russell managed to grow ClickFunnels so fast and scale it up to what it is now, a $100 million company or whatever it is. So yeah, I mean, it's just really powerful. And it's the same sort of principle as putting $2 into a vending machine and then watching it spit out $4 each time. So in other words, you just keep doing it over and over indefinitely, and you keep making money. So another term for this is a self-liquidating offer, which you might have heard of before, where basically because you're making money from your advertising, you can just keep pouring more and more money into the advertising. It's not actually costing you money. Instead of taking money from your pocket, it's putting money into your pocket. So yeah, I mean, the other, on the flip side, if you keep putting in $2 into that vending machine and you're getting nothing in return, then there's only so long you can do that until you get broke. So the difference between making money and losing money on that first, to acquire a customer is huge, absolutely massive. Unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to read the revised version of Expert Secrets yet, as I'm still waiting for the box set to be delivered, which is a little bit frustrating. Obviously, you know, it is a fair distance from Boise, Idaho to over here in Perth, Australia, but even so, it's been a good 4 to 6 weeks now since I ordered it. So I'm getting a little bit frustrated, just because I'm so keen to read these books. You know, Traffic Secrets, I bought the trilogy, just to fill you in. I bought the trilogy of Expert Secrets, .com Secrets, which is the revised version of Expert Secrets, and also the workbook that comes with it, Unlock the Secrets. So I'm super excited to read all of these books, but yeah, I have to wait, unfortunately. But yeah, even the point I was trying to make though was that even the original version of Expert Secrets, it lays out the path to creating profitable funnels and scaling your company quickly, all based on the principle of making money from acquiring a customer instead of having to pay to acquire that customer. So if you haven't read the book yet, then I would definitely recommend that you go to expertsecrets.com and purchase a copy and literally devour the information, because in my opinion, it's just complete gold, what's revealed in that book. And it was a real eye-opener to me. A lot of the things in there I'd never even, thought of before. So it really is a great book. And if you're into funnels or online business in general, then I'm pretty sure that you'd love it. So that's just a bit of a different take on two of my favorite marketing books, and just something that I became aware of. I was actually listening to Brian's book Over Deliver recently for, I don't know, maybe the 10th time or something. I just keep listening to it because I get so many golden nuggets out of it. But yeah, when I heard that chapter where he talks about the bogey, it just really got me thinking that Yeah, it just must have been so risky having to wait those 3 years. It's just such a long time. And if you can compare that to what Russell is talking about in Expert Secrets, then the difference between the two is huge. So anyway, I think I pretty much made the point. That's all I've got time for today. So hopefully you got a bit of value out of that, and I look forward to catching up with you next time on Funnel Fella Radio. Bye for now.